Let's see how Jermaine is feeling about his, because it's 3 consecutive defeats for Tottenham now. Huge win for Everton, which we'll come to in a moment. They were 3-0 up at half-time.
Yeah, and this is actually a good goal. Calvert-Lewin, you know, glimpse of what he can do. You know, obviously, if you can try and keep him fit, it's a really good goal. You know, Tottenham have got a lot of bodies there. It's quite, you know, easy avoidable. And even this one there, I just feel like, it's run through the middle of the pitch like too easy. But I mean,
it's a quick step over, though, isn't it?
Great skill, and it's a good goal on that. But you still look at that and think, you know, he's run through the heart of the team there.
Yeah, I mean, they're just so open, Tottenham. I mean, look at Moisey. People said he's like, you know, quite defensive. The whole team's in Tottenham's half. On the first goal,
the biggest half-time lead at Goodison for 8 years. Yeah. But Tottenham did get 2 back.
Yeah, it's a good run from Maddison. Obviously, Pickford's in no man's land and that. And
the best.
I'll tell you what, this is a
really
unbelievable finish. That looks easy, but that's not an easy finish.
The class of that, he's just chipped 5 people with 1 chip. Amazing. This ball, how about that, Mikey Moore? You told me about him a year ago, Jay.
Yeah, I taught him last year. But no, I mean, he's a young player that's got so much potential. You know, so it's a good assist from him. Obviously.
Where does it leave him?
You have to worry for Ange, to be honest.
5 points and 30 now, Jermaine.
Yeah, it's frustrating. I can imagine all the Spurs fans frustrating. Because the reason why I say it's frustrating for the Tottenham fans, because when you look at Tottenham play, like you'd enjoy going to watch Tottenham play. They create a lot of chances where they play, and obviously it's completely different to when, you know, Conte was there, Mourinho, even Nuno. But the other side of it, you know, when you concede that many goals and in that sort of manner as well, it's hard.
Pressure's building. Let's hear from the Tottenham manager.
Well, Ange, a difficult result for you to reflect on. If you can, just sum that up for us.
Yeah, difficult result. Yeah, obviously, first half we just really struggled to get into the game, and you know that gave sort of Everton some momentum, and you know, gave ourselves a mountain to climb. Having said that, the players certainly you know, tried to claw the game back in the second half, but just fell short.
Yeah, certainly positives to be taken from that last 10-15 minutes, but as you said there, I guess it was almost too little too late with so much to do. How do you explain that first half going 3 goals down?
As I said, we just you know, we couldn't really take control of the game. You know, obviously, you know, we struggled to gain any traction in terms of with the ball and without the ball, and you know, that allowed sort of Everton to get in behind us like a few times. We had some chances. We also, you know, where we probably should have capitalised early on when the game was still in the balance, but in the end it wasn't enough.
It wasn't. At his 12 defeats this season, at this stage, that is their worst Tottenham for 27 years, Jermaine.
Yeah, again, like I just said, you know, it's frustrating because, I mean, when Ange first came in, and obviously, you know, you sign players like Maddison, you know, he hit the ground running, and I remember, you know, people said about Tottenham, you know, they look like one of the best teams in the league in terms of how they play and the difference when Conte was there. And obviously I remember the injuries and the second part of last season. It was frustrating. They couldn't really get the results. This season, again, the same with all the injuries, the key players, experienced players. Young players have come in and actually done well. You know, Gray, Spence, Mikey just come on there. But at the same time, you have to find a way to win games. You have to find a way to win football matches. And with managers and coaches, there'll be periods where you may have to tweak and change, and I won't say go against your principles, because obviously we know Ange, you know, his principles are, you know, to be aggressive and, you know, to dictate build up, you know, the fullbacks push on and play that way. But at the same time, I do feel like you have to be able to adapt, because when you keep making the same mistakes and conceding that many goals, it can't be right.
Where does this leave Ange Postecoglou, do you think?
It's tricky, you know, because the 3 managers before didn't really like to play football. And I think all the fans prefer to watch this football under Ange. But actually, they're not getting results. If you're 15th, that's a huge problem. But I do think he needs his back 4 back. He needs Romero, he needs Udogie, he needs Van der Ven back.
Goalkeeper.
Obviously for Kyle. I mean, that's 4 or 5, you know, in crucial positions. His midfield's not set. They're one of the highest scoring teams, but I do agree with Jay. You can't just keep playing open football if you're missing virtually your whole back 4. I know you say the managers, they have to have a style of play. There's nothing wrong with tweaking it and adapting it. Some of the greatest teams I ever played on did that depending on the game and the opposition. So I feel for him because he tries to play football the right way, but if you're not getting results, he knows better than anyone. You know, people are going to ask big questions, and rightly so. You know, Tottenham should not be 15th with that squad. Fact. Even though they're missing a lot of players, they got to find a way.